Good evening and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. I am Aaron. I am going to be your GM again tonight, and we are returning to Free League's Dragonbane, our ongoing campaign where I've only managed to kill Kipser's character once. And everybody told me it was going to be a super lethal game, but these guys, these big damn heroes, are just too hard to stop. So we're going to go over a brief recap of what happened last session, and then we're going to jump right into the action. So, if you remember, our big damn heroes managed to get out of the portal in the Temple of the Purple Flame with the piece of Eladane's statue. Then Sathmog, or a representation of him, was trying to force his way in through the portal and truly managed to dispel it. They caught their breath for a second. They cried. They held one another. It was a peaceful, beautiful moment until the Temple of the Purple Flame started to collapse. As the basement started to break apart, everyone ran for the spiral staircase. Truly hesitated only for a second as she ran by the beautiful treasure hoard that she had to leave. Absu was flying and flew her way up. They got to the first floor. Rocks and debris and ceiling was falling, but they were able to make their way out right as a giant sinkhole began to open up and swallow the entire temple. It was a close call, but everybody got to the lip of the sinkhole, got out, got to their feet, got to their donkeys, got to their horse. And in just that moment, the earth began to erupt near them. And a demonically infused golem pulled itself, its rocky body, out of the soil and began to surge towards them. But it was slow, and so the party quickly outdistanced it. Absu was thinking that perhaps it was tracking the statue and not the people. So she very cleverly flew off, and indeed, the golem was following her, allowing the rest of the party to start to split off and make some further distance. Unfortunately for Absu, her GM is a bastard and rolled a random encounter, which happened to be a griffin that saw a flying saber-toothed cat person as perhaps a tasty treat. So the griffin quickly plunged down on Absu, claws and beak striking out. Absu used some very acrobatic flying through the canopies to try to keep distance from it, but eventually the griffin forced her to the ground. The rest of the party saw this going on and were making their way to it. They got to the griffin and were able to drive it off right as the golem got there and attacked. The party rallied, and although it was a very close-fought battle, they were able to defeat the demonically infused golem. They rested, they recuperated, they bandaged themselves up. Stormhand was able to shake off the magical fugue that had been affecting him since Sathmog tried to force his way through the portal. And they slowly made their way uneventfully back towards outskirts. So 4 days have passed since the Temple of the Purple Flame fell into the sinkhole. 4 days have passed since the last demonic omen where the sky cracked open and screamed at you, and all the bugs and insects and beetles and worms boiled out of the ground at your feet. It is close to noon. A sunny day as you make your way through the pasture lands and approach the north gate of outskirts. But the town looks a little different. The gate, for one, is shut, and you know that normally during the day it is never shut. You hear the sounds of hammering and chiseling from beyond the wall. And along the wall, you not only see Hardy, the captain of the guard, you also see Master Ulver's son, Jory, kitted out in leather armor and a shield and a spear standing next to him, and another 4 or 5 people along the wall, including a couple of orcs. What would you like to do?
Hello, Captain Hardy. Hello.
Ah, you returned. I'll be down momentarily. And you see the gate slides open just a little bit, just enough for him to come out. And you can see behind him are like 4 people with crossbows. And then the gate slams shut when he's on the other side and he approaches you.
There a particular reason for this extra caution beyond our events of our last evening here?
No questions yet. And you see him pull out a hand mirror. And he goes, and he shows the mirror to each one of you individually.
Yes, I know. I'm bedraggled. I don't really need to see that. I don't understand.
He goes, enough.
I know.
Be still. And he shows it, and then he looks back at the mirror, and then he takes it to the next person and looks back at the mirror. And then you see him sort of sag in relief. And he claps you on the shoulder, Sir Galahad. He's like, we had to be certain. Come in. Get inside as quickly as we can. We're coming back in. Open the gates. It is truly them.
Has there been more demon imposters?
That's my name.
Yes. There have been beings, friends, farmers from around the dell who've come in possessed. The dead are rising in the lands about. Foul things are coming out of the swamp lands. We've brought all of the farmers in and the few people from the coaching inns. We've tried to get them in. We sent runners to Swamp Break, but no one's returned from there as of yet. These last... just get in. Let's close the gate. I need to get back on the wall. But I think the 3 stags in. If you go there, talk to Van Hild and she can fill you in. And as you get through the gate and you look around, you've never seen outskirts this crowded. You see families. There are tents set up against the inside of the wall. Nobody looks hungry or anything. People are going around. You see Okal, the female dwarf who works at the smithy, is carrying a big tray of meats and fruit. And she's taking it to some of these tents. And you see that the doors to Master Ulfar's shop is open, and he's got some like discounted food out in stalls. But the village is definitely crowded. You would think almost to capacity.
Did we awaken something, leaving the purple flame?
So are we supposed to look in a mirror, walk around with mirrors and make sure that we're talking to genuine people?
I'm sure everyone out here has been checked. They're adamant about it.
So
that
like,
makes sense.
it's like Absu, like that whole like thing where the sky got all dark and everything. Like that was like a sign. You was saying, is this like another sign? Like the dead coming to life and whatnot? Is this? I mean, it's got to be related, right?
It is a progression of the demonic incursions. Yes.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd say that. How many more signs? How many more signs of stages and steps are there?
You can give me a myths and legends roll if you want, Ashley.
Okay.
Give it with a boon, because this is kind of your people's thing, is fighting demons.
And Abzu's eyes went black after.
Yes, they are still completely black.
Okay, but she passed the mirror test, so that's
apparently. I mean,
good.
You don't know what he saw in the mirror, but yes, apparently she passed the mirror test. You know that these demonic omens, they don't follow necessarily a set pattern or a set number of occurrences, but based on what you're hearing and how quickly things are deteriorating, you expect that you will have a very limited amount of time before Sathmog is realized within this world again.
And she'll basically express
I mean,
that.
you're thinking days, maybe a
Yeah.
week, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky, but not a lot of time.
2 weeks if we're lucky, but more than likely just days.
What are your next steps? What do you have that you need to? You have pieces you still need.
We need one more piece so that I can acquire the sword.
Do we
And
do we know
then-
where we need to go for that?
Yes, we do.
You recall that rumor had it that a group of orcs had the last piece, and they were making their way back to Maladuk's stronghold, where she's got her forces bivouacked. But they were attacked by a mummified black knight, and he killed them and took the piece. And it's believed that he returned to the House of the Corpse Rose, and they've taken over a dilapidated castle keep in the Iron Forest, northwest of Outskirts.
So, Absu, if what you're saying is true, then we do not get to lick our wounds and rest up here for long, then, do we?
Not if we do not want Safmog to enter this realm.
Clara looks around at all the food is there and considers. You presented that like there was an option to just sit here and eat and wait and see what happens.
There is not, unless we all wish to die and your world to end.
Okay, all right, but I am a bit hungry. Can I go? That meat smells really good over there. Can I
We're
go
walking
get some
towards
of
the
that?
inn. The inn should have plenty.
Well, good, because these rations that we've been eating are subpar. Right, Stormhand? We need better food than this.
I'm young and spry again. I need more.
Indeed.
Yeah, you definitely don't need sleep because you got enough of that.
Yes,
Freaking
I
teenagers.
was in a trance.
Yeah, that's what they all say, but whatever, man.
Grateful
Anyhow.
of you, Gallop.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't there.
Yeah. Well,
I need to quickly go get the dog. Gobo promised the dog, and then I have to study because if things are going bad, I need better spells. Fire doesn't work.
well, I mean, like, fire works pretty good, just like only on some things, you know.
Not on demons.
Yeah.
Maybe not on things that up until like a couple seconds ago were like on fire, you know.
Well,
Throw it out there. I don't know much about magic though.
I will say, Stormhand, with your knowledge in demonology now, you know that there are only a few demons that are actually immune to fire. The greater demons are, fire demons are, but many of the demons and demonic forces are not actually immune to fire.
Well, you're mistaken, Trudy. There are some demons that your fire will be effective against.
Oh, really? But we're fighting the purple flame, and everything is very fire.
We just haven't encountered them yet. Maybe we can ask Sathmog to summon some demons that aren't immune.
Okay.
Yes,
Sounds like
if
a
we can ask
reasonable
him
guy.
nicely, and he can
Yeah.
summon some ones that are not immune, that would be great.
Galahad begins to think in his head, not out loud. You know, we've been basically just taking Absu's word about this the whole time. Maybe Sackmouth isn't that bad a guy. I mean, Absu's got those black eyes. This is all in his head. All in his head. Doesn't say any of this out. And then he thinks, nah, that can't be right. You're so stupid. And he looks
So as you round the corner, you once again see the impressive 2-story building with the thatched roof and the half-timbered walls that is the Three Stags Inn. The doors are open and you can hear, it's almost like a wave of sound, all of the different voices just pounding out into the street from what is obviously a very full common room.
Is there room for us?
And as you go in, every seat is packed. There are people standing along the walls. There's people sitting on the stage. There are people at the bar. It looks like there's a couple of new faces in here. Barmaids and serving men are going around, and they're taking food and drink because it's lunchtime. But you do see Von Hild behind the bar. And as a reminder, she is the owner of the Three Stags Inn and basically the de facto mayor of Outskirt.
I think we would all just try and weave our way through everyone to get to her.
She's like, clear space for the heroes of Outskirts. She shoos some people away from the bar, and they grumble a little, but they get up and they take their food, and they move against the wall somewhere else, and there's a section of the bar that's cleared for you. It is so good to see you all again. We were dreadfully worried as days turned to a week and more. Were you successful?
Yes. It was dangerous.
But we're the best, so we did really well. And no problems.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that. Obviously, as you can tell, things here have come to a head. People are afraid to be outside of the walls after dark, and it's even a little dangerous during the day.
What's with this mirror nonsense? What is it supposed to do?
Oh, Captain Hardy, he has an enchanted mirror that if you look into the mirror and then he looks, he still sees your reflection, but he sees a reflection of your true face. So he's able to see if people are possessed or if they are undead. Apparently, he carried it with him.
Explain that. I genuinely thought he was just trying to point out how unkempt I looked, and almost got a paw right through that set of glass there.
Well, you know old Hardy. Well, not nearly as well as I do, probably, but he hasn't slept more than an hour a day for the last week. He's always on the wall, so please forgive him if he's a little gruff at the moment.
You know, some of that stew would go a long way to ease the discomfort and the belly when one's appearance is offended.
Have a seat. Jonathan, bring stew for my friends and a bug juice for Sir Galahop, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did the town suffer another incursion? And she'll relay the night where we witnessed the sky and all of that shit happening again.
Yes. It happened here too. All the bugs and beetles erupted out of the ground, and they were stinging and biting at people. And then there were dead. A wave of the undead were pounding across on the walls. They were mindless, though. It was more like a putrid wave slapping against the walls. Eventually, they broke apart and wandered off. But there have been other things. Possessed people. Farmers we've known have tried to gain entrance. One did, and that is when Hardy got his mirror out. He gained entrance, took his two form, and tried to kill Alphelia Shadowleaf.
Oh.
But we were able to stop him. And she and Ulfrir Vargerson were able to defeat the demon. But we can't be too careful anymore.
It was really scary when Annabelle exploded like that.
Well, yes, that was... your description of it was quite disturbing.
Uh-huh.
And Absu just kind of like pats Truly on the head because it was disgusting. Where is Lady Shadowleaf at this time?
I'm sure she's patrolling the walls somewhere. She usually stays on the wall during the day. Perhaps near the southern gate if you didn't see her at the northern gate.
Okay, thank you.
Are there rooms still in the inn, or should we go somewhere else?
No, dear. Of course I kept your rooms for you. I told you would have those rooms anytime you were in outskirts. I did not rent them out. You have a place to stay here for as long as you like.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
As long as we would like to stay appears to be not as long as we should stay. We have
Well,
places to go.
Yeah, about that, I see you got a lot more people here than before. Any of these folks gonna come the northwest? Any news of like around the Iron Forest or anything? Any travelers pass by? We're gonna be heading out that way, I think, soon.
we've had small patrols of orcs and goblins coming through every day or every other day. They've been traveling in the Iron Forest and other locations, scouting out some abandoned castle. I think that they're probably over by the smithy getting their weapons sharpened. That's usually where they congregate when they're in town.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll take a walk over there later. Yeah.
What else can I do for you, my dear friends?
Did the goblins make it in?
Oh, there's quite a few goblins in town now, yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
I believe, in fact, most of them are on the grounds by the well on the west side of town near the stables.
Oh, all right.
They
Excellent.
set up a sort of tent community there.
Yeah, usually we're really quick about building little tents. We don't like the sun very much. That's why I got the big hat.
And you look quite nice in it, I might say.
Thank you.
Can I get you any more refreshments or some additional stew, my dear friend? She's looking right at you, Clara.
And Claire's like been slurping very rudely while these conversations are happening. And so she just sort of like throws her head back and finishes off the bowl and just kind of slams the bowl down, pats her belly. Very tasty. Compliments to the chef. More, please.
Absolutely. Another bowl of stew. And then she looks over at you, Stormhand. She's like, would you care for a second as well, my friend?
You know me well.
Well, we can't have the heroes of outskirts going hungry. 2 more bowls of stew, that is. And you see the serving man head back into the kitchen. She's like, is there anything else I can help you? Or anyone else you... Oh, I do have good news. A little bit of good news, at least. You remember the chubby cheeks, Simelina and Baraton, how they were unfortunately killed the night we left Draneth. But a new couple, Azias and Harriet Cobblepot, have taken over the mill and bakery, and they are once again churning out delicious pastries and breads.
Oh, that's great for Clara and Stormhand, I imagine specifically them. Did you also get a new magic person?
A new magic? No, I am sorry to say we've no wise man or woman, no remedy man or speaker or mage has come through the gates, other than you and your associate Stormhand.
I am the best at magic. I can do lots of fire.
Yes, I'm sure that will come in a great deal. I would not do it here inside the town. Everything is flammable here now.
Everything seems to be absorbing the fire. It's not been good.
Well, I hope it works better for you in the future, but just not here within the town.
Not here within the inn.
No, within the town. Because the town.
Okay.
So, you guys are finishing up your meal. You've got your drinks. Where would you like to go? You could stay here for the rest of the day. It's all up to you.
I know Galahop will probably want to go talk to the orcs at the smithy. So at some point, doesn't have to be priority, but he'll probably hit there at some point.
Yeah, Absu would eventually go to Lady Shadowleaf.
Okay.
I'll find Gobo with Truly. Get her a wolf.
Oh,
okay.
Actually, I was going to spend the rest of the day studying Stormhand, but if you want to go talk to the goblins, I would appreciate you picking up my wolf.
What do you mean? Come with. It's
Okay,
your
okay,
wolf.
I'll come. I feel really bad that the fire keeps healing all the demons. You may have noticed.
That did make me smile.
I did +6 damage to the demon in total, no negatives.
That golem was almost dead, and she brought it right back, almost full. It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will start with.
I think
Oh,
I need
go ahead.
to get my dagger repaired, I believe.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna.
I'm
So-
going to the
Take care of.
smithy. So
Okay.
if you want to
So
come.
Galahop and Clara head towards the smithy. So you're making your way around. Once again, the streets are cluttered. Children of all kin are racing through the streets. There are dogs. No one looks malnourished, and everybody seems to be having fun, but it's almost that forced fun where fear is churning in their stomachs, but they're trying to make the most of it. You get around and you see, shockingly, you see Badenor, the male dwarf, at the counter inside the smithy, and he's talking to a large orc woman.
Does she look
and then-
familiar?
No,
Just
she
like-
does not.
Okay, I was going to say
She is
'cause we have
different.
a friend, a large orc woman
Mhm.
friend. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
You do have like a sigil thing too to get
Mhm.
on good graces.
And there are also several other goblins and one other orc that are outside of the smithy. Looking like they're testing weapons. Probably have already been purchased. You overhear Badenor. All right, Rowan. I can make the armor, but it is going to take 3 days. I can't make it any faster than that. If you want plate, that's how long it's going to take. I can put together chainmail for you today, but you have to decide. And in a very unexpectedly high voice, because she's like 6.5 feet tall and like 5 feet across the shoulders. She is enormous. She's got long black hair kind of cascading down her head, but the sides of her head are shaved. And she has very petite tusks sticking up from under her bottom lip. She goes, Badenor, I understand. Make the chain, then we have to get back. I've got to finish this patrol and get back to Maladuke. So I'll take the chain and the great spear as well. And then you hear the goblins in the outside are making a ruckus. Just if you can see to it, I'm going to go get my patrol sorted before they wreck your smithy yard. She turns, sees the two of you, just sort of nods and starts to walk by.
Hey, hi, how's it going? Hey, I couldn't help but over here. You mentioned Maladuke. You one of his orcs.
She looks down at you. She goes, Maladuke is a woman, as
Oh,
all
yeah.
great orc warriors are. But
Oh,
yes,
no doubt.
I am a captain in her forces.
Oh, that's great to hear. I was worried that Maladuke got wiped out and such. We heard that you all had that a little run in with this guy wears black and he's kind of
Yes.
he's a mummy, you know.
That's
That
what they
guy.
said.
He killed one of our patrols, but our forces are much greater than that. Maladuke is
Okay.
fine and still holds Bolfield's load as her headquarters to the west of here, the old mine.
Yeah, and you've been patrolling up by the Iron Forest, is that right? Did I
Yes,
hear that
we've been trying to find a way that we can breach the old keep up there where the House of the Corpse Rose is holed up.
Yeah, you think we should put our heads together because we got to head up there as well. We got some unfinished business to take care of with that fella.
Well, Maladuke would not appreciate interference in her work.
Oh, it's not so much like interference, so much as it is, like preventing like some sort of total demonic apocalypse, Like you see all the undead kind of coming up and such. I have it on good authority that like we got like maybe a week or two left before. What's the name of the demon again? Is it Sothmog? What's it called, Clara?
Sathmog.
Sathmog, yeah. It's going to come on and like,
only a week,
ruin the whole.
Maybe 2 at most. Just end times.
You see Rowan scratch her tusk. She goes, nah, that's what we believe too. That's why we must get the piece of Eladane's statue and find the bearers of the other pieces. So that we can join forces and strike out against Sathmog before he manifests here.
Like I said, I think maybe we could put our heads together. I think we could work on the same side here. I happen to know, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I know some of the people who can carry the other pieces. Good friend of mine, you might say. She
nods and she kind of smiles. She goes, I do recognize you. Your deeds are well known in outskirts, and you and your friends have been described to me a dozen times since I've been in this town. Why else do you think I was talking to you?
He's kind of charismatic. A lot of people talk to him.
You are very charming for a frog person. But if you want,
I'll take it.
We are heading back towards Bathild's lode. And if you want, I will escort you back there and you can make your case directly to Maladuke.
Hey, that would be, I think that would be a pretty good idea. I think, I think that sounds like, I'm not the brains, like Claire and I would just like, we get in the rough and tumble. Like we got a couple others that are pretty, they kind of call the shots, but like, I think they would probably be very interested.
It should be an everyone conversation. Yes, indeed. Yes,
well,
for sure.
If you're interested, meet us at the North Gate at dawn tomorrow. We'll be leaving then and heading back. You only need to prepare food for about a day's journey. It's a relatively quick trip.
All right, you got yourself a deal. Did I hear it right? Your name's Rowan?
That is correct. I am Rowan, captain of Maladuke's guard.
I'm Galahop.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Galahop.
I'm a knight of I don't really have an order so much as I kind of just like defend like one guy. Never mind. I don't need to tell you my whole life story. It's fine. This is
Galahop, protector of Stormhand.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, he's a guy. He's an up and comer. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Clara.
Hello, Clara. Sir Galahop. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at dawn at the North Gate.
Yeah, right. That sounds good. Sounds good.
She goes out and you hear her voice rising as she starts screaming at these goblins to get in line.
Should we start yelling at Truly? Like, is that how this is supposed to work? You just yell at a goblin?
I don't think so. I think
we keep just trying to converse with her, and she doesn't listen. I don't know.
I think that's just her way. I think yelling would probably be less than effective, but maybe Rowan knows what works for those goblins. But I think Truly seems to be a gentler sort, and she's like looking at the other goblins that are like tearing up this little area. Like I think Truly has a different skill sets than
you see them immediately fall in, and then she's like, "Dress right, dress right, face forward, march." And they start marching out of the smithy yard.
Look at that.
I wouldn't see Truly doing that.
That's good.
I don't see that.
Maybe we should see about sending her off to a private school or something. Little military academy time. Maybe straighten her out a little bit. I'm kidding. I don't really mean it.
We
you hear the sound of knuckles slamming on the counter.
Oh,
Bagnord's like, I don't got a lot of time. What can I do for you?
So your knife is all busted, right? Hey, you mind if I use your use your smithy a bit. I gotta make some repairs on a few.
Yeah,
things.
go ahead. I told you, you're welcome anytime. Head on
Okay.
back. I got to work on some chainmail.
You want me to give me that knife there, Clara? I could probably tidy that up for you.
Yeah, so it's a mastercrafted dagger that was in need of repair.
Yeah. So he'll get to work on that.
Let's get a crafting roll.
Okay.
And with a boon, because you're in a forge.
Nice. I have a 16 in crafting. It's one of my better. It's my second best skill. Yeah.
I have a 5.
I rolled 2 7s, so
Nice.
7. Yeah.
So you're able to quickly rework the knife and hone the blade and return it to Clara. It only takes you about 45 minutes from the time of getting the fire stoked and getting it repaired. So
he's like spins it around a little bit, hands it over. It's pretty good. What do you think?
That is almost better than it was when I received it. Thank you. So you're very talented.
No one's ever said that, but thank you. Yeah, I made a nice little spit shine so you can kind of see yourself in. So maybe, if you're worried about the next time the mirror comes up, you got the thing, like you look in it and
yes.
You
there are spots in my fur. I just don't think I'm ever going to get some of that ooze out. It's just Bath.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Yeah, I got a lot of spots too.
Licking.
I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think you're supposed to eat that. That's probably bad for you.
It's the only way to get it out as a fur. That's how that.
No, there's other ways. You could go swimming.
You get it out and then you spit
go in a
it.
bath.
You spit it, or you hack it up later.
Get some soap, maybe. There's been advancements, is what I'm saying, in hygiene.
You're suggesting a bath.
I mean, I don't take them personally because I just go swimming. I mean, I don't even really go swimming. I just kind of like walk at the bottom of a pool. Is really all I do.
Yes. Let's not do sinking to the bottom of pools again. That was less than fun part of our adventures.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but still, maybe don't eat that. That could be like demon blood you eat. You don't even know what it is.
And then for the second Friday night in a row, I'm hacking something up. Hairball. Yes.
So as Clara is hacking up hairballs, we'll fade away from the smithy and we find Absu walking along the walls near the southern gate. And as you come around, you can see the Lady Alphelia Shadowleaf in her armor, gazing out across the southern plain. And then her head's on a swivel, and then she finally catches sight of you and speaks to another guard at the gate, and then is walking along the wall towards you.
My Lady Shadowheart, I hope you are well.
And she starts to answer you, and then you see the color kind of drain out of her face a little bit, and her mouth kind of go in that O, and then her hands just gently come up and cup your face, and she goes, "Oh, dear, sweet Absu. You sacrificed so much for this quest. I'm so thankful that your soul was not tainted." And you don't know how she knows it wasn't, but she clearly knows that you are still yourself.
This is why Absu did seek her out, because she has been concerned. And you kind of see her kind of deflate in relief at that. There is much to be done still.
Oh, yes. You were able to secure the piece of the statue from the Temple of the Purple Flame?
Sir Galahop did retrieve it. I was trapped in the demonic realms for about a week before I was able to escape.
You poor, poor thing. Did everyone else get out with you and Sir Galahop?
Yes. Yes.
Thank Eladane and thank the dragons. Yes, the last piece must be retrieved and retrieved quickly.
Do you have any additional allies who have joined the cause, or have you not been able to make contact?
Maladuk's forces are prepared to storm the castle if necessary, but I am not sure that she, her orcs and goblins will be enough. I, of course, will go and strike out at the House of the Corpse Rose as well. But it will be difficult. There's a few other warriors here that will go with us. Ulfrir, Vargason, and a few other stout dwarf warriors will be attacking, but it will be difficult. And there's always the chance that Celine will escape with the piece of the statue. So I know Maladuke has a plan, or at least I've heard has a plan, or is trying to formulate a plan. I was going to travel there with the patrol tomorrow, so I could speak to her as well.
I think we should join you.
Yes, that would be. Yeah, if we could get us all together in one place. Yes, I think that would be wise.
And then she'll kind of just spend the rest of the time just kind of catching up with her and detailing like how our adventures have gone so far. And then relaying her knowledge of the demon incursions and how, the estimated timeline that we do have to try and reinforce the seriousness of what's upcoming.
He's like, yes, I can feel it. Give me an awareness check.
14 success.
So you see as her hair gets pulled back and is blown by the wind, you do see something you've never noticed about her before. You see what looks like silver scales behind her ears. But you don't know what that means.
Oh, so I wouldn't know what that means.
Oh. You could give me a myths and legends check if you want, with Bane.
With Bane, okay. 11.
All right.
So you've been on a roll with your.
You're crushing it
until combat hits, and then that's when Foundry's like, "Fuck you." Go ahead.
You would know that some creatures, when they shapeshift, there's some sort of telltale sign, regardless of what form they're in, that they're not what they appear to be. And like lycanthropes often have a single eyebrow, a very, a unibrow and very furry face. You don't know exactly what silver scales signifies, but you think she's probably not what she appears to be, or whoever this is standing next to you isn't what she appears to be.
So Absu will kind of, because she cupped her face, and so Absu will reach out and kind of brush along those scales as she adjusts her hair back to kind of cover them. Have you looked in Captain Hardy's mirror?
Oh, Hardy and I are old friends. He's only asked those who've been outside of the walls to look into the mirror. He's been too busy. It hasn't been necessary.
This shape is not your original shape. And she again will caress the scales to kind of point out what she noticed.
She looks at you, and her brows kind of furrow a bit, and then she extends her index finger and presses it against your lips. And she goes, "All will be well." She goes, "But I have to get back to guard duty. You should see to your friends."
Does because I like to think, as long as she's not a demon, I don't think Absu would necessarily go crazy, especially because she brings her such peace. So as long as I'm not getting any sense that she's a demon, I will inform our group that she's different, but she won't confront her solo.
Okay. So as we fade away from the wall, We find Stormhand and Truly making their way through the western part of the town towards the goblin encampment.
All right, you Gobo. Have you seen Gobo?
No,
He's about this tall.
Stormhand. I know who Goku is. I can point you in the right direction. But you stop running away. We have to study at some point in time.
And you can hear the sounds of these goblins long before you get there. And as you get in, you see a couple of goblins chasing a piglet. You see one
Pig.
juggling, it looks like fireballs. But as you get closer, it's small ceramic balls with fire in them. And it keeps ow, 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 ow.
Oh, you're the best at that.
I'm the best at everything.
Me too.
Are you here to join the tribe?
No, we're looking for Gobo. Where is he?
Who?
Gobo. The one that does the wolf, riding wolves.
Gobbo.
Yeah, Gobbo.
Gobo's over there, but I mean, he's asleep.
Gobbo.
Gobbo is in the stable.
My bad. All right, Stormhand, let's go. And then the quicker we do that, the quicker we can go back to study.
Is that magic? Directing to the fireball tossing guy.
You can do a sorcery check if you want.
I'll just ask him directly.
Oh, he's like, of course, I'm the best at magic.
He
And
is.
It's this. Palms of his hands are blistering, and he's just like, toss him.
You should learn that one, truly.
I've got my own version of that. And I'll lean into Stormhand. He's using clay pots. It's a trick. It's not real magic.
So your fire is not real magic?
No, his fire is fake.
He goes, my fire's not fake. It burns. See, and he catches one, and you can just smell flesh just burning. He's like, ow, ow, ow.
Yes, that's true. It is real fire.
And you see an older goblin walk up to you, and he's got a stick or a staff coming out of his, like in a harness coming up his back, and right over his right shoulder, it looks like a jester's doll's head on a stick. He's like, child, why are you here? Have you come to join the tribe?
I'm here because I need a riding wolf, and then we're going to go and siege a castle.
Well, if you're not here to join the tribe, you and your friend owe us 2 things out of your pockets.
Oh, yes, of course. And she'll pull out like fake things from her, just like nothing, and say, so this is my invisible dice, and this one is my invisible jar. They're very good. Can you feel them? They're so solid now.
Give me a bluff check with Bane.
Reach into my pockets.
I'm the best at bluffing.
And I bring out silver, but it turns to dust because of magic mishap that happened to be
Okay.
earlier. So gold and silver turns to dust.
No. Oh, it's very obviously that I am lying. I'm not going to push that.
He takes the stick off and he bops you on the head with his jester's head.
Why do
Now
all
it's
my
3.
characters get hit on the head?
3 things out of your pockets.
No. If you take anything from my pockets, I will fireball you.
If you fireball me, I'll burn.
Yes. So you
And
should
then-
let me go get my wolf.
The tribe will be very unhappy with you.
Exactly.
You got to pay the toll. If you're not joining the tribe, you got to pay the toll.
How about I join the tribe in the future? And I owe you.
You write out an IOU for 3 things in your pockets.
Stormhand, do you have paper?
I only carried it in my tomes.
Me too. I don't want to give him my book. Okay, fine.
And she will pull out
I do have a quill. I've got quill and ink. Here, I owe you There you go.
This looks official. So, all right. And he bonks you on the head one more time. It's like, go, 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 go.
I like your doll. Bye.
And you can hear the sounds of growling and, almost like the sounds of large dogs playing, and they're back in the stables. And you do see the familiar silhouette of Gabo in there.
Gabo, I'm here for my awesome and amazing and bestest wolf dog.
You made it.
I did. I survived. I found things that were immune to fire. It was terrible.
Well, but you still made it.
Yes. And then Stormhand is going to study with me.
I don't know Stormhand.
This one. He's a lizard.
I see that he's a lizard. What are you going to study?
Well, magics, of course.
Well, okay. And he goes, he just looks utterly baffled. Turns around and he brings out this large reddish brown wolf. It's about 180 pounds. It stands about 4 feet at the shoulders.
Oh, it's taller than me.
Yeah. And he goes, here you go. Good luck with it. You better make sure you feed it, and feed it often. This boy eats a lot. And if he's not eating something you feed it, he might be eating something you don't want to eat. If you get my drift.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Eats a lot. Now there's 3 of us.
We might need to go grocery shopping more often.
And I don't have a wolf picture yet, but that's Truly's wolf.
Hey, yay. Blank token.
Yes. I will fix that before 2 weeks, but
It's all good.
What you gonna name it?
This is going to be, so he has a ruddy brown flag. He's going to be red mud.
Red Mud. Okay. So Red Mud comes up, sniffs your hands, your armpits, your neck, and you see Gabo take something out. It's like a woven leather collar. And he puts it around the wolf's neck, and then he takes a bracer that looks very much of the same kind of woven leather, and he puts it around your wrist. He goes, all right, he'll recognize you now as his companion. Treat him wrong, he'll kill you. Fail to feed him, he'll kill you. Otherwise, he'll have your back through thick and thin.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Here, it's not much, but here's a bunch of lamp oil you can use to start fire.
Thank you. And he goes, I got a litter of pups I got to get back to.
Okay, I will take care of him, and we will get lots of food for him.
And you see, Red Mud has already sort of turned around. He's sniffing around at a couple other goblins. He bites one's ear off, and is just chewing and swallowing.
Oh, this is a very good wolf.
Where would you and Stormhand like to go with Red Mud? Knowing you probably cannot keep Red Mud in the Three Stags Inn.
Stormhand, I think we should study where we studied before. If we go up to Dranit's hut, I imagine it's empty now.
You can ride Red Mud.
Yes.
And Truly's going to try to scamper up onto this rather tall, for her, wolf.
Give me a riding check, flat.
I am the best at riding.
You are the best at riding.
What are you, like a 5 or something?
I've got.
Do you want to push that?
I will push one thing. I feel disheartened from not being able to get up.
Well, put a mark.
My
Put a
God.
mark next to riding.
That would be a 20 for the audience.
So what happens is this bracer gets caught in Red Mud's fur, and as you fall off, you end up slamming against Redmud's belly. And he keeps trotting along as your face is smashed into his fur and your back is being dragged through the mud as you make your way across town towards Drannith's hut. Stormhand, you're following along, watching this comical exhibition as you make your way up the Temple Hill.
I definitely got it.
So we'll flash back now to Clara and Sir Galahad. Where are you headed? We're probably around towards the end of the second shift of the day. So it's probably late afternoon, early evening.
So I'm feeling a bit light on bandages and those kinds of things. We went through a lot of them, and I imagine we're probably going to need more. A little bit of shopping and trading, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Like, I also have like a bunch myself, but like, with as much as, Absu keeps trying to get herself killed, maybe we should get some more. I think, we should probably provision ourselves a bit, especially since we got to meet with Rowan and the orcs tomorrow by noon. We might not have a lot of time tomorrow to get this stuff. So some rations, some bandages, any other fancy things they might have that might be of use. Mm-hmm. So stuff like that, I think. Someone's got to be responsible.
Well, and hopefully I can get a good price.
So you head over to Olvar's general store, and you see him behind the counter. It's still pretty well stocked here. And he sees you come in. Oh, what can I do for you? Sorry, Jory's not here. He's ran off and joined the guard. I couldn't stop him.
We saw that on the way in. He's looking quite dapper in his new duds.
Hey, the kid's happy, so I guess I should be happy for him. I just don't want to see him get hurt.
I'm sure the rest of the guard will mind him and not actually let him do anything that requires too much responsibility just yet.
Well, I hope so. How the donkeys do for you?
Quite well.
They make it okay?
They did.
Good.
We're
glad to see you taking care of your animals.
Yes, we always keep track of exactly where they are at all times. Yes. And she kind of has a small kind of pouch that she had bandages in, and she's like, there's like one left in it. I'm looking for a refill of these.
Bandages. Well, here, behind, and he pulls some stuff out. I got plenty of bandages, and I got a surgical kit back here too.
That could come in handy.
And I've got some healing potions. Not many, but
we need, I believe, how many do you have?
I've got 3.
How much
and aren't they like 50 gold each or some?
Yeah, I'd be 150 gold, but for you, knowing what you're doing, I'll give you all 3 for 120 bandages.
I have a lot of gold, but I don't have 100 gold. Can I do a bartering roll?
Yeah. Give me a bartering roll. Just what?
Can I beat him into oblivion and steal everything?
You can, yes.
I'm not going to. I just wanted to like.
You fairly easily
see if I could
beat poor Olvar to death and take his whole
616 for the bartering.
Okay, so he's like, listen, give me what you got, and we'll put the rest on account.
Okay, I have 77 gold.
Okay, just give me 70.
Okay.
And if you save the town, we'll call it even. If the town falls and I'm still alive, you owe me 30 gold.
And Clara is just sort of looking to Gallup, and she's like, or never mind.
Was that?
She's also thinking through, if no one lives, I don't owe you anything.
Like, we'll all be dead.
Right, exactly. Like, oh.
Yeah.
So he pushes.
I thought you were looking at me to give you some of my money, and I was just like, yeah. Oh, geez. Left it in my other pants. Sorry.
Must have left him down in that pit.
Well, if we got that treasure down in the pit, we could have afforded out of it.
So sorry, that was 20 bandages?
20 bandages and 3 healing potions.
All right. I think this is probably going to affect my...
You don't have to carry it all. You can put it on your donkey.
Okay.
Or you can distribute it, obviously, to other people. But
I can take those healing potions if you want. I know they look a little fragile.
You can take one of them if you want. You want to take 2 of them?
I mean, like I did kind of like, save Apsu's life with one. I'm just the one I had.
You're usually so, brave and up in everything and taking all the damage for everyone. I would hate for it to get
I'm aware.
challenged.
Yeah, I'm definitely aware of that. Yeah. But someone who takes a bunch of damage, they don't need help. But yeah, I understand. No, you keep them. It's fine.
I've got 1. You can take 2.
No. You keep them.
I insist you take at least 1 because you're right. You need to be able to drink it because we can't rescue you when you go on our front line and brave. Sorry, was there anything you wanted to buy while you were here?
I don't know. Like I got everything. Kind of like my outfit a bit. I mean, can we get rations here? Like we're gonna need some rations, I think.
He's like, yeah, don't worry about that. I'll have rations sent over for you. How many days worth do you need?
Well, like we gotta go. We got like a day's travel, but then we're gonna be heading north into the Iron Forest. So I imagine you're probably gonna need more than that.
How about I'll send over a week's worth of rations. Did all 5 of you come back?
Yeah, we all did.
Yes, of course we did.
I'll send over a week's worth of rations for the 5 of you, and plenty of fodder for the horse and the donkeys.
Yeah. Hey, you don't know like what like a wolf eats, right? Like you don't got any like meats or anything.
Oh yeah, I've got meat. We've got meat here.
That'd be like prime cuts and nothing. We got a friend, Julie. She's been trying to get a dog/wolf, and so I'm assuming she's getting one. It's quite possible she screwed it up, but
well, I've got a deer haunch back there. I haven't stripped the fur off of it yet, but I can send that over too. I mean, if it's a wolf, it'll love it.
That'll be great. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, you're a good man. Appreciate that.
Good luck. I know.
That
says that you're the ones who are, if anybody's going to save us, it's going to be you. So good luck.
Yeah, appreciate that. Team effort, right?
And we fade out of there while Stormhand and Clara are shopping with Master Olvar. We find Stormhand and a muddy, slightly bruised Truly deposited outside of Draneth's old hut.
I meant to do that. That was intended.
You are the best at it.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I don't see any animals to kill here. We'll have to do it later. I'm sure it can hunt on its own in the village for a little while.
So you just let Redbud go off?
No.
It's watching you. It's looking for command, but
go sleep. Oh, actually, first, Truly pulls out a small wooden dog figurine that Sir Galahop gave her, and she pulls out some just rips some of her clothes so that she's got this sort of rough bit of fabric, and she ties it around a dog tag around the collar. Okay, now you can go sleep, and we will feed you when we're done studying.
Cocks his head, looks at you, lets out a little whine, and then it just sort of flops down onto its belly, rolls over onto its side, and is quickly asleep, as we all know dogs can do.
Good, Muddy, good.
And what would you like to do? You find it's very cold up here on the top of Temple Hill. Unnaturally cold.
Oh, this is weird. It pulls out...
Particularly around Draneth's hut.
Oh, Stormhand, do you know why it's so cold before?
Don't remember it being this cold last time.
No.
Let's take a look around his hut inside, maybe?
Sure, yes. I'm going to pull a sulfurous nail out and do a quick heating of my general vicinity. But yeah, let's go in and take a look at what's going on. And then I think from my book, I'm going to study pillar. Do you have a spell you want to work on? Or we can work together and do the math together, math homework.
I didn't go particularly well last time I was here. I think I'll look into this wooden, I think, horse token I got a lot earlier.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. And we're going to ignore the cold completely.
No, we're going to look inside and see what's going on.
We'll explore that first.
Give me awareness checks as you're looking around inside of Dran's hut.
Sure.
Got a 2.
I am the best
Nice.
with awareness.
So both of you, you notice that the inside of his hut is completely cleared out. There's nothing in here, just bare ground. But the walls are rimed in sort of a black frost. And it is so cold inside the hut that even Surtur's nail is not effectively keeping you warm.
Oh, this is weird.
Black frost.
I'm cold. I've not been cold in a very long time.
So we need to identify source, what it is.
Yeah, can we do, I guess, a magic check or...
Yeah, you could either one or both of you can do a sorcery check.
Okay.
Oh, the dice do not like me to. Oh, they don't like long.
Yeah, magic is terrible up here.
Stormhand today. No, the magic is terrible in here.
Either one of you want to push that?
I'm starting to feel a bit exhausted from the cold.
Makes sense.
Nope. That is a failure for me.
I'll do
you want to
dishearten.
push this? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do dishearten because it just goes terribly every time I'm up here.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Okay,
You guys
no,
are just, you're not really, you can't sense whatever is causing this is just outside of your realm of understanding.
Mhm.
It's not natural. That much is obvious, but you don't know what is causing it. But you do know if you stay in here much longer, you will get the cold condition, which is not good.
Let's study outside.
And you fireball it.
Oh, do you want me? Yes, I can fireball it. Yes.
I will cast. I'll just do a little fireball. Actually, I can do ignite. I can do something even lighter. I will use ignite, which is just a magic trick, not a full spell. And it is essentially like creating a light or extinguishing one, but we'll create a little light and see if it works.
Okay. You go to make the light and nothing happens. You feel the spell go, but it's almost as soon as the flame, the heat of the flame is going to erupt, entropic forces just snuff it out.
Okay. Now I will try fireball.
Okay.
I'm just going to power level 1 this.
Oh, that one worked. Great success.
All right.
8 damage.
So you cast this fireball and it goes into the hut and is immediately extinguished. And a great sphere of ice comes flying out. You can try to evade this if you like.
I think that would be smart. I will try to evade.
Oh no!
And it just flies over your head. And it almost looks like the exact reflection of your fireball in ice. And it crashes against one of the other stone pillars and shatters.
Huh. Hey, how about your magic, Stormhand?
I think we've learned a lot from that.
Okay,
Let's leave
well,
it be.
yes, I think maybe it's something spiritual. Maybe Absu can take a look later. Clearly not magic, or we would understand it because we're the best.
Well put.
Yes.
So you begin to study your magic or your tiny black horsey. And Absu, where are you heading when you leave the wall?
I think when she leaves the wall, she just kind of launches into the air and she does fly around because she's looking to see exactly where everybody is. Because she knew that Galahop and Clara would be at the smithy, but she wasn't really sure where Truly or Stormhand were going to study magic. So she's trying to get an idea of where everyone's at.
Just give me an awareness check with Boone. I mean, you know what they look like. You have a general idea of where they're likely to be. So
We also
feels
just
like-
destroyed a statue.
It sort of feels like Stormhand and Truly are like the children now. And
Or
so, like,
teenagers.
we just let them run off, and they have magic, so they're the most dangerous people. Though.
We're like, we have to
They get
find
everyone
them.
killed.
They've been
They're gonna
alone too
set-
long.
They're going to set the
So-
whole place on
Been
fire.
too quiet. Something's
Right.
gone wrong.
Absu, as you're flying around, you see Sir Galahop and Clara leaving Master Olvald's with a bulging pack. And you continue your circuit. It takes you a few circuits before you finally spot what looks like, you finally realize it's a wolf running up the stone stairs and Truly is hanging on to its belly, banging against the stairs. And you see Stormhand walking behind this wolf. And they appear to be heading up towards Dran's old hut.
I imagine she flies rather leisurely until Truly launches a fireball into it, and then an ice ball comes right back at her, and then Absu moves with some urgency to like get down there and make sure everything's okay.
So as you guys are starting to, break out your study material, Absu lands there in the clearing with you, and immediately Red Mud leaps to his feet and begins to growl.
Oh, Red Mud, it's okay. Sit. Heal. Other
Yep.
dog words.
Give me a beast lore
Mush.
check.
Okay. Okay.
Me or Truly?
Truly.
Ha! I am the best at
She's the
these lore.
best.
I
So
rolled really well. I got lucky.
again, looks at you, cocks his head, goes over, sniffs Absu, and then lays back down.
Clara is going to be a problem.
Yeah. You must introduce us as Pack, yes, so he
Oh.
knows.
Red Mud, smell.
He looks at you, snorts, and goes back to sleep. As if to say, I just did that, lady.
Okay, you listen to me.
Red Mud seems very intelligent. What a good boy.
Yes. So there is some weird ghost thing in the hut. I tried to fireball it, and it ice balled me back. So it's not magic. It must be a ghost because Stormhand and I couldn't understand.
That is concerning. We did fight a demon here.
Yes.
Absu will attempt to check it out.
All right, give me a. You can try a myths and legends with Bane.
Okay. Or, yeah. Success, 12.
All right. It's not demonic. You can tell that this energy signature, the black rime ice, the feel of it just doesn't feel demonic. There's something happening here. Not really anything you quite understand, but you know for a fact it is not a demonic incursion or demonic residue.
Okay. Can I try to study? Because you said there, if I go into the hut, there's stuff written in there, or no?
No, it's completely blank, and the walls are rimed in black ice.
Oh, okay. It's not demonic, so that is good.
Oh. Yes, I didn't think about that.
It must be magics of some kind.
No, Stormhand and I would have gotten it if it was magic.
Was Draneth buried here? Or like,
No.
is there any sort of, because there wasn't much of him left, was there?
No. Whatever was left of him would have been buried in the cemetery, and likely rose as a zombie a few nights ago, and is probably out wandering in the fields somewhere.
I think at that point, then, because she doesn't know magic herself, she'll just attempt to, say a prayer of Eladane, and kind of nods at Truly and Stormhand when she's done. Okay. Well, I spoke with Lady Shadowleaf, and we will be joining the orcs in the morning, yes?
Oh, okay, yes. Does she know magic and ghost stuff? Because maybe she can take a look at this.
I could inquire, yes.
She might be a smart person. I mean, we all know everything, but maybe she gets something we don't.
It could be worth studying if you have the time, but we just have the evening.
I have to study this, and the quadratic is a little difficult for me, so it will take me a little bit more time to try it. But I'm going to stay outside of the ghost hut so I don't freeze to death.
Good. Also, please do not throw any more spells into the ghost hut so it retaliates.
I promise.
And then she'll look at Redmud. Redmud, please make sure Truly stays safe.
It whines and sort of rolls over onto its back with its belly up. His
And
tongue
she'll
is
give him
lolling
like
out.
proper encouragement of like scritches on his belly and stuff before she'll launch back up to go find Clara and Galahad before.
And it's the sun is now setting, and you're moving into late evening, the third shift of the day. So you're able to find your way back. You come back. You fly past around Master Olvar's. You just don't see any sight of them. Sir Galahad and Clara, where were you going after you left the general store?
Probably to dump our stuff off, I would think, at the inn. I think that would make the most sense.
We were carrying our haul, and
I have a strange feeling knowing your inventory space that I'm probably carrying it all. But no, it's fine. But
probably.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, like trying to kind of get things packed for the morning, kind of get things ready to go.
So you make your way back in. It's as packed as it was when you left. And there's some people eating dinner now. You make your way upstairs. You see Ulfrir Vargerson is in the hall. He's got a heavy crossbow, and he's just looking down at everybody down in the common room, kind of as a guard, you would assume. He looks at you. He's like, "Oh, back, eh?"
Yes, we are provisioned for our next step in this journey.
Well, good luck. Try not to die. Your rooms are still yours. I kept an eye on them. Nothing's been disturbed.
You expecting some sort of trouble, like in here?
Well, I mean, between the dead rising and demons sneaking into the town, I just like to be prepared.
Yeah, that makes sense. Can no one else do that little mirror trick?
What mirror trick?
The one, what's his name? Captain Pardo's been doing at the gate where like he kind of does the thing.
Hardy? I mean, he's the only one with a magic mirror, so it's just him.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ain't no other way to like, I know Truly like blew it up basically, but there ain't no other way like to detect it like a demon. Like, do they smell something?
There's some of the scholars say that all demons have tells even when they're possessing people, but I don't know what they are. Nobody else around here seems to know too much about it. With Draneth dead, I think that's why it was targeted in the first place, try to weaken our defenses.
Yeah, I guess that we can ask Absu when she gets back. Sorry, Claire, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking maybe Stormhand or Truly would know enough to maybe enchant another mirror so more than one person could do that.
Hey, if they could do that, that'd be great.
If you can get that kid to focus for more than 5 seconds and maybe not sleep all day, maybe. I liked him better when he was an adult, you know?
Oh, that's right. I don't know. It truly sounded like she wanted to get some studying in. So maybe, and as the words are coming out of her mouth, she's like, maybe she will be a good influence on him. And then the words sort of come out of her mouth, and she's like,
I'm sure Apsu's keeping an eye on him. It's fine. I mean, they haven't burnt the whole town down yet, so it could be that bad. I don't smell fire.
Nope, I don't either. I think we're okay.
Well, like, we'll talk to Apsu and Truly and Stormhand. Maybe they can come up with some sort of warning system for you. Doesn't really seem too fun trying to suspect folks that you just see every day. You know, you never know who could be a demon, who could be, who could be underneath the skin and pulling the wool over your eyes all this time.
It is draining, but yeah, any help you guys could provide, that'd be great.
Sure.
Leaving in the morning.
Well, good luck on your next journey.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. Definitely
I'm gonna go get some more stew because we're gonna be leaving in the morning.
You literally just ate like 10 things off your fur. How are you still hungry?
No, those are no. Plenty of room for stew.
There's like 3 pieces of salmon like on your fur, and you just like scarfed it down. It's probably like 3 weeks old too. Like, listen, I think you're just not getting enough protein. I'm telling you, the bug juice. I understand it. It doesn't look good or smell good or taste good, but it's full of protein, enzymes, kind of make you all healthy and such.
But you realize when you eat things, you also eat with your sense of smell and your eyes, right? Like
Nope.
That's part of the experience of eating.
Nope, just goes right down the gullet.
Well, I suppose that helps you get through a lot of things. But for me, it's the experience. It's taking in a whiff.
You don't get 0% body fat, eating with your eyes and your ears. You eat with your mouth and you know.
And Clara is like a rotund feline, so it's not her goal.
Hey, you know what? You do you live your life, That's fine. Eat, pray, love, whatever the heck it's called. You go right ahead. We'll get you a nice little straw hat or something.
My hat is perfect the way it is. Thank you very much. It's her like prized possession. It's her like old hat.
Yeah, okay.
And here she gives you what little she was carrying. I'm gonna go. I've talked myself into being very, very hungry. I'm gonna go get that stew. And she is like,
Galahop's just like 1,000-yard stare at Ulfir, like up here. Just like, yep, gonna need a lot of luck on this one, I think.
He goes, I hear you, brother. I hear you. We see Clara waddling down the stairs and pushing her way over to the bar to get some more stew. Absu. Sun is setting. It's getting dark. You haven't seen Clara or Sir Galahop on the street. Where are you headed?
She'll check the inn. I think that's a reasonable assumption after they've been shopping.
So you land and make your way in, and you immediately recognize the form of Clara at the bar with a huge bowl of stew, her face buried in it, the sounds of slurping. People around her looking on with fear, and some of them with, like, they're impressed. You hear, I don't think she's taken a breath in 5 minutes.
And as she just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose, because she knows how Stormhand and Clara can get about eating. And so she'll just head up to the room, hoping that Galahop is up there.
You see Ulfrir, he waves to you and he goes, Sir Galahop's in the room.
Thank you. Will you be joining us in the morning upon our journey to storm the castle?
I'm not going to Maledukes. I'm taking another force directly north into the Iron Forest to stage up outside of the castle. If everything goes well, if Alfira is able to get Maleduk on board, we'll converge outside of the castle.
Well, we'll meet you at the castle eventually, regardless.
Yeah. Good luck.
And Apsu will go and check in on Galahop.
He's like folding bandages, getting things organized. Because at some point he became the dad, and
and Apsu comes to help
that's
you.
what he's
Like,
doing.
you know.
He's basically doing that now. He's like,
So-
"Oh, hey, good to see. Hey, I spoke with them orcs over by the smithy. There's one called Rowan. We can head out with them tomorrow. They'll take us to Maladuke. Maybe join forces. You know."
Yeah, Lady Shadowleaf is leaving with them in the morning as well. I promised her we would also join.
Oh, perfect. Where's Truly and Stormhand? Are they
Remember
in custody yet?
No, Drana's hut is
Yeah.
they're up there studying magic. As I was flying by, they like threw a fireball at his hut because it was covered in magic, and then an ice ball flew right back at them. I asked that they please don't cast magic at the mysteriously frozen hut.
Right. And, just like generally speaking, throwing fireballs in a town in which all of the, the buildings are like made out of wood and fairly
Yes.
close together could end up being a bit of a problem. I'm just going to throw it out there.
I agree.
You should get a wolf.
Yes, his name is Red Mud. We will need to make sure he'll growl at you until he realizes your pack when she introduces you in the morning.
So yeah, we're gonna have some rations, some food, such coming over. We got like a haunch of deer and everything for the wolf. We'll be pretty well supplied. Clara made a deal, and then she went and ate again.
Understood. Lady Shadowleaf said that my soul wasn't tainted. So that's good, right?
Yeah, that's good. No, I mean, like, it's better than the alternative, right? They don't really
Because
want
then
to.
I'd have to kill myself.
Well, I mean, like, I would take care of it. Don't worry. Like, you don't get
Yeah,
that.
if I ever
yeah.
become a demon, you will have to
Oh,
deal
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that. I got you. Yeah, no worries. No worry. Hey, speaking of demons, you know any way of like detecting them? Because you know how they can like kind of like hide or possess people or whatever. They can hide in their skins or whatever. Because there's a lot of paranoia going on around here. They got the mirror stuff. They got the closed doors and everything.
Yeah, I think the mirror is good because it shows the true you versus whatever your face is showing. But
yeah, but that's only through one of the gates, and there's only one guy that can do it. What
yeah,
happens if like a demon possesses him? Like that's like a bottleneck or something. And then what about us when we're like traveling on the road and such? We ain't gonna have that mirror. We don't know who's coming with us. One of those orcs or like Lady Shadow or your girlfriend or whatever. Like they might be demons too.
and then that's when she kind of cringes. So when someone's shape is different than what it should be, there's always some sort of indicator that their original form was forced into a different one. In the case of the first woman, she had runes and such on her body because she willingly gave up her body to house the demon.
Right.
But if they're already dead, and I don't know if she would know exactly, but she just kind of talks in theory. It's not the same every time, but they're just something is off, something is different that you can notice.
Okay, so if they got like 6 fingers or something, like what do you mean different?
Like, for example, if you were suddenly shaped into a human, you might still have some of the slickness of your original frog skin. You might be more shiny, oily. You might have a patch of frog skin behind your ear, hidden behind your hair. Like, very descriptive of where her scales were. Yeah.
Okay, so like So we should like be kind of really careful with whoever we're traveling with, you know, kind of give them a good look, you know.
But you can also, I don't know if it's true for everyone, but you have to trust your gut as well.
Well, then we should probably get Clara involved because there's no stronger gut in here than hers.
I have to tell the others, but I noticed that Lady Shadowleaf, she is also transformed, but I don't believe she's a demon. I don't know what she is.
What do you mean she's transformed?
She had some scales behind her neck, behind her ear.
What kind of scales? Like fish scales? I'm talking like lizard scales?
Something within that family. I can't identify exactly, but it's not demonic.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that got scales. Some of them are cool, you know. Some of them ain't.
I mean, we haven't seen any, and I've never seen one, but the original worshippers of Ellendane, or were the original worshippers dragons?
Eladane and his people worshipped dragons.
Yeah, so she'll go through and she kind of explains how the worship of Eladane has always had some connection with dragons.
So she's a dragon? You telling me she's a dragon?
I don't.
That would be really freaking useful. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
On our side.
I don't know. But I am just saying her being some sort of folk with scales is within the realm of it makes sense.
Did you like just come out and ask it? Be like, hey, you,
She
what
said
are you?
she will tell us in due time.
Well, I mean, like, we're going to Maladuke tomorrow. We're going up to the Iron Forest. The world's ending in a week and a half. I mean, what's she waiting for? You know, I'm just...
Maybe our fight with Sothmog.
All right. No, yeah, okay. That's fine. Maybe she could be something like a... Maybe she's like a trout or something. Yeah, it's like a fish person.
Or those mermaids that Clara was swimming with.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe that's why she has a different shape to stay on land.
Sure. Maybe she's a mermaid. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. We'll just add it to the list. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just worried about what if your world dies just like mine did?
Well, then we're going to hop over to the next one and we're going to kick his ass over there. So it'll be fine.
Yeah. Or I will die horribly.
Why do you keep like talking about like dying horribly and stuff? I mean, like, no, I mean, like you've almost died like 100 times.
That is why. Like, that is why. I am a scholar, Galahad.
I feel like you should have like, are you? Like you're flying around, you're poking like things with big old spears and such. You're getting all rough and tumble. You ain't just a Scott. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
You're a warrior at this point, you know? Like, you know, you're smart. Like, yeah, that's good. But you know, like, you know what side of like the pointy stick to put in the end of the other person. So, like, you're good.
And she kind of like barks out a laugh because, you know, she's uncomfortable and awkward. So that's why she's making these off-putting like declarations of like, yeah, I'll probably die, but
you'll be fine.
I'll do my best to help. I will do better.
Remember, try not to get too far away from me. I can't fly. Just remember that.
I did remember to get on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, gravity
not
does
willingly,
that for you too.
But that was my intention, was to get on the ground. But then it beat me to it.
You ain't gonna die.
We start to pull out. We start to pull out of that conversation, and we find ourselves back up. Night is started to fall. We find Stormhand and Truly up there at Draneth's hut studying. So you've been at it for a few hours. What are you doing?
So I was going to try to learn Pillar, which is the level 1 sort of stone spell.
Okay. So
Um,
remind everyone what you need to do to learn a spell.
So, if I am learning by myself, which I am from my grimoire, because we found a scroll way back when you first met Truly, and she told a wizard she was the best and then followed him into a tower. And so you spend a certain amount of time. I think it's just a stretch, but it's a language check for learning a spell by yourself.
So let's go ahead and get that language check.
Mhm.
You want to push that roll?
Yeah. I'm starting to feel. Let's go with
Gosh.
dazed from all the studying.
Mhm.
Okay. That
Oh,
still failed.
jeez.
So I needed. Yeah, my languages is also not great.
So
I was hopeful.
you're
I failed.
just trying to get it,
Yeah.
but the arcane language, it's dark. It's just not clicking. Maybe the cold around you is a little off-putting, but you're just not able to sink it in.
Mhm.
Stormhand, you see Truly getting more and more frustrated as she attempts to pick out the basics of this earth spell. What have you been doing?
I've been staring at this tiny black horsey figure, seeing if I can figure out how that works.
Give me a myths and legends check.
I need an 11. I rolled a 17. I'll push this as well.
All right.
We'll go
Maybe
for
this area is bad.
You only
It
have
is
an
cursed. This
11?
area.
Right?
Do you only have 11 in Myths and Legends?
Yeah, I only have an 11.
Do you know what Galab has?
Higher.
15.
Jeez.
My gosh.
I pushed and got a 5.
So you think that this is an ancient sort of talisman that can be activated for a short amount of time to give you double your movement speed for a stretch of time.
Oh, okay.
Now you need to make a language check to decipher the activation word.
Language is also 11. 13, not quite.
Want to push that?
Yeah, let's get some pushes. I'll do sickly from being too close to this cold
Makes
up in this
sense.
hill. Oh, not quite. 17.
You're not
Jeez.
you know what it does, and you know where the activation word is on this, but you're just not able to decipher it quite yet. But you can try again in each stretch of the day. So in each 6-hour stretch, you could try again. But after a frustrating afternoon and evening of study, night is beginning to fall. You're both tired. What would you like to do?
The mud is growling at us. I think he's hungry.
Yes, let's go to the inn and see if we can get some meat.
You're able to easily make your way. Everybody seems to be either in their tents or inside now that it's dark. No one seems to want to be out. So you're able to move very easily through the streets, and you get yourself back to the Three Stags Inn. And it is still packed.
And when you come in, you see Clara at the bar, and she's been eating stew and drinking quite a bit. So she's like
Literally a tower of bowls are stacked up next to Clara.
And she's very like, doesn't even know who she's talking to, but she's like, that Stormhand is going to have so many bowls if he wants to beat my record for the day. I've got 1, 3, 4, 7. And then she also has like tankards next to it. So like he kind of walks into, she's just shit talking about like how far behind he is.
Line of drool coming out of her mouth down to her fur. Stew matted in her furry face.
Claire, the town's going to need some.
Speak of Stormhand, you have some work to do.
I've been working all day.
Yes.
And truly, you see Red Mud's that hackles on his back are standing up, and he's kind of he's hunched and he's growling. Obviously, he does not like this huge crowd of people.
Oh, okay. I can't. We'll go back outside. I don't think it's.
Do I see? Is there like a back door for the kitchen area?
Yeah, you can go around back, but I need
Okay.
I need you to give me a beast lore check.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Brought him to the door.
I did. Well, she would. That is going to be. I'm going to do. I'll start getting a little sickly from all the cold I dealt with as well.
What is your beast lore that a 7 failed?
6.
He went the
So-
wrong way.
He just starts growling and barking. I mean, just such a deep, loud bark. You see everybody by the door draw back, and you see a couple of people start to pull weapons out. He does not advance on them, but he is
Oh, don't
being
you-
very protective of you.
And Truly's gonna like run outside and hope that he follows.
He does follow right behind you. And you're
Okay.
able to make your way to the back.
Stormhand, what was that? I turned around and saw Truly running away.
It's a new friend. He might out-eat us.
Did she get her wolf dog companion?
That's the one.
And she's like, lets out a huge belch. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. You ready? Round? Are you catching up?
Let's get started.
I've 3 hours ahead of you. But yes, let's get you started.
So Stormhand and Clara are eating. Sir Galahop and Absu are packing. Truly, you're able to make your way around the back. And you see Von Hild coming out. And she has what looks like pig's entrails and maybe a pig's shoulder. And she's like, you can feed him out here.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Is that good wolf food? I need to make sure I get the same thing.
They'll eat any kind of meat, yes.
Oh, okay.
And she'll also grab a handful of the pig entrails and just like shove them in her own mouth as well.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Red Mud, go for it.
Yes. And you can there's no horses in the stable in the end stable right now. You can put him in there, just tie him to one of the posts. So he'll be fine. There's plenty of water in there. You can pull one of the troughs over.
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. That is very, very kind of you. And I promise not to burn anything down. And I didn't do any fireballs in town today at all.
She just looks at you. You think she probably doesn't believe you because you see her head come up and look around town looking for columns of smoke. But she's like, all right, then. Very
You also have a ghost problem. But anyway, I'm going to go to the stables now.
Okay. So you take Red Mud and stable him, get him settled in for the night. You make your
Truly's
way.
Probably going to stay with him tonight
Okay.
as well.
So you stay in the stables, curled up next to Red Mud. It's getting towards it's the final shift of the night. How does everybody bed down? So I know Truly and Red Mud are bedding down in the stables.
I'll pass out at the bar in a bowl.
Galahop,
Clara?
pick him up and take him to the room.
Okay.
It's like shaking.
I feel
his
like
head.
we both come down and collect Clara and
you
Stormhand.
get Clara.
Yes,
I guess
yeah.
Stormhand. Just we're like looking at each other. It's like, when did we become the parents? What the hell just happened? Where's Truly at anyway?
I'm pretty sure I beat him. I had such a head start, I don't think he could catch up.
Let's roll for it. See who won.
Sure.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Lowest on the
roll.
D20. Oh, I got a 19.
Stormhand
Oh.
crushed Clara. Came in
Wow.
late, but was eating 2 bowls at a time.
I went for lowest on the D20, so I'll let Claire get the win.
So Clara, you did crush him. Then.
It did. It was a head start. Like there was just no way.
Sir Galahop, Natsu, you put Stormhand and Clara to bed. The two of you.
Apsu, I am going to find Truly and
we should check on
Redmud.
her.
I'll sleep with
Yeah.
her outside, probably.
All right, here, take this. And he's gonna give you temporarily, you gotta give this back because it's my memento. But I'm gonna give you my horn, which is my memento. If anything goes on, just give it a toot and we'll come rushing.
Understood. And she's got like a leather band that she used to have her key on, and she'll use that to tie it around her neck. And she'll go sleep, find Truly, and then probably sleep on top of the roof.
So,
Galahop will make sure Clara and Stormhand, because since they're both drunk, he'll put them on whatever, like, if we had a double bed, like me and Stormhand, he'll just put each of them in a bed, and he'll just, like, lean against the door and, like, fall asleep against the door.
And absolutely, you do find Truly and Redmud sleeping in the stables.
Yeah, and so she'll kind of like give like a brief bark at Redmud to let him know she's there. But if Truly's asleep, she'll leave her be and just climb, get up on the roof and sleep on the roof.
Okay, so you head up to the roof of the Three Stags Inn and lay out, and deep night falls. I need Jeff, Long, Melissa, and Kipser to take out their earbuds. I'll give you a thumbs up when you can come back. All right.
Oh shit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're deep asleep in the middle of the night. I need you to make an awareness check for me with double bane.
Double bane. Okay. Well, shit. That's a 20. That's a demon.
Well, put a mark next to your awareness.
Yep.
And you come briefly awake and see a mallard with black feathers and blood red eyes. Its bill has opened up, but instead of like a normal looking mallard's bill, the inside is ringed with hundreds of triangular teeth in rows, and its tongue has like a splayed stinger on it, and it clamps on your neck, and the tongue pushes through into your jugular, and you feel your blood beginning to slip away. You take 8 points of damage, bypassing your armor.
Ooh, okay.
And I need you to make me a Constitution check with Bane.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, a will check with Bane.
We'll check with Bane. Okay. Success 5.
Okay. You feel your limbs get very heavy, and a paralysis begin to take you over. But it has not fully stopped you from moving yet. What would you like to try to do? The only thing you can attempt to do is to break free.
Okay.
And that is a strength check with Bane.
Okay. So that's what she'll try to do then. 12 is still a success.
So you're able to wrench yourself free from this bill, and this tongue pulls out of your neck. And as it does, you take another 5 points of damage, bypassing armor, as blood is gushing out of your neck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, then she immediately will just blow on the horn.
Well, that was your action, so it gets its action now.
I might die.
It is it's going to try the same thing. It's going to try to latch on with its bill.
Okay.
So I need you You can attempt to evade it with your action from the next round, but that would be your action.
Yeah. Okay.
So make an evade check.
Four. Success.
So you're able to slip away from it. But with its second action this round, it is going to, because you're so slippery, fixes its gaze on you. And I need you to make another will roll with Bane.
Okay. A 16.
You want to push that?
Yeah. I'm gonna be disheartened. Fuck. 18.
So you just stop and you stare at these two red eyes. And then you pull your head back and you cock your neck and you invite it in and you feel this bill close against your throat again. And then everything gets dark. And you don't know how much time passes, but you awaken. You're wrapped in some sort of silver chain around your neck and around your wrists, and you feel your ankles crossed, and you realize you're in a very small, closed space. The smell of dirt is all around you. And folding around you are thousands of cockroaches. And you feel something tickling against your ear. And it simply says, "Oh, sweet Absu, what a wonderful vampiric child you shall make. With those great fangs and wings, you shall be the greatest of my children. The Lady Celine will be so happy that I am bringing you into the fold. Sleep now. Your time will come soon to drink." And you cannot move. These chains are preventing your body feels dead as you are just layered in these cockroaches and this dirt somewhere. All right. Everybody back?
Good to go.
You guys hear numerous roosters about town, and you know that dawn is not far off. Clara, Stormhand, you're both extremely hungover and feeling
I was gonna say, I don't
slightly
think Clara,
ill.
I don't think Clara hears roosters, actually.
So as you're forced out of bed, both of you have the sickly condition for the first shift of the day.
That's fair.
But you're able to get your gear together. Truly, you wake up down in the stables with Red Mud. He's licking you awake as if it's well past time to get up and go do something.
Okay.
So do we actually get a full rest for?
Yes, you get a full rest.
Just wanted to make sure before I hit that button.
Yes.
Like how
Not
Clara,
everybody, but you guys do. Yes.
Clara went into rest with 0 conditions and 0 HP loss and woke up with a condition.
Yeah. Well,
Consequences of her own actions. It's her.
indeed.
Yep.
But other people on the screen needed the sleep to refresh their conditions.
That's a fact.
I had quite a lot of them.
You failed a lot of rolls.
Yeah, that hill is bad luck.
And yet you stayed there.
Well, I figured this was safe, and if I fired ball things, nothing bad happened.
That is true, because you did, and nothing bad happened.
So what do you do?
So Truly will get up. She'll scratch Red Mud's fur.
Okay, let's get up and get some more pig guts. They were pretty delicious. Absu, are you up there?
You don't hear any response from the roof.
Oh. Is she morning person? I don't remember that. Okay, let's go.
We'll go to the back door of the kitchen, and Truly will like look up behind at the roof because she would have known where Absu had slept that night.
You don't see her up there, but she may have already gone onto the gate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Or she might be inside getting breakfast.
Knock, knock. Kitchen back door, please.
And the door opens, and you see a young man there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Von Hild said you. Yes. Hold on. And he goes in. He brings back some cuts of what looks like maybe deer meat. And he goes, here. This. She said to give this to you.
Oh yes, one for me and one for Redmud. Yay!
And Redmud swallows it down almost whole. And you're able to break your fast. Sir Galahad, Stormhand, Clara, what did you do?
It's in meeting time.
Clara gets up slowly. Galahad, it looks like you packed last night.
Yeah, absolutely. I took care of it. Figured you and Stormhand were busy.
It was quite it's been so stressful lately. It was nice to just drink and eat and
yeah, that must be a real nice thing to do. I hear you. Yeah, for sure. So listen, we got to meet up with Rowan the orcs and such. I think before noon, right? Like we had till noon.
Dawn.
Or was it dawn? Okay, so yeah. So whatever you eat for breakfast, let's keep it quick. Let's.
I don't know that I'm going to be just right now. I'm good.
Yeah, you're pretty sure if you put anything in your body, it would come out explosively.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm
we're
good.
traveling, right? Never mind. Get your packs. Let's go. We get health pots and rations. And we're supposed to.
Yeah, you get outside. You see Ulvar has already actually saddled your horse. He's already packed your mules with all the provisions and everything. And he's standing out there. He's like, "Good luck."
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for this. And don't worry. I'll make sure you get the rest of that gold from Clara.
Well, you save us. You save us. It's on me.
I insist that you get the rest of your gold from Clara.
You guys see Truly and Redmud come around the corner.
Good morning.
You got your dog.
Yes, this is Redmud. Redmud, Galahad. Don't bite him. Thank you.
Give me a beast lore check with a boon.
Oh, with a boon. Okay. Because we fed him.
Yes.
No.
Do you want to push that?
Not that this time.
Okay. So he growls a bit, but he comes up and he sniffs Galahad, and then comes back and is at your side. His hackles are still raised a little bit, but he seems to have accepted everyone.
He likes it better if you give him meat, and me too. If you feed both of us, then he'll like you.
You want some bug juice?
Sure.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Absu wasn't on the roof this morning. Was she a morning person? I don't remember her waking up. I assume Clara and Stormhand are ready to go now too?
They are awake. Yeah. So, what do you mean Absu wasn't there?
Well, I slept with Redmud, right? Outside in the stables, and Absu was up on the roof, and so I yelled good morning, and she was not there. So I left, and I looked at the roof, and she was not there.
Is Van Hild here? Do we see Van Hild?
Yeah, she's coming down.
You see Absu this morning at all?
No, darling, I can't say that I have, but I'm just getting up myself. I'll ask some of the boys that were opening up and stoking the fires in the kitchen.
Oh, I can start the fire.
Nope, that's unnecessary. Thank you very much. And she goes back into the kitchen. You hear her talk, and she comes out. No, Sir Galahop. No one. She hasn't come down or come into the inn this morning.
Maybe she went and got a friend. What's the name? Lady
Shadowleaf. I think they make kissy
Shadowleaf,
faces at each other. Yes.
Well, I think they're coming too, so maybe we.
At this point, you see Rowan and another couple of orcs and a few goblin outriders approach. Are you ready to part?
Yeah. One second.
Clara comes stumbling out at that point, can pack on her back. Yeah, I'm here. Yep, here.
Well, we need to move out. It's gonna be a hard day's marching and riding.
You seen him to see and he's gonna describe Absu, and then he'll Lady Shadowleaf, like has Rowan seen either of the two of them?
I saw Lady Shadowleaf. She actually said she was since you were going to speak to Maladuk, she said she was going to head north directly with Ulfrir Vargerson and his but I haven't seen your friend. I mean, I saw her last night flying around, but I haven't seen her since.
She was flying around last night, you said?
Yeah. No, I mean, yesterday evening, before dark.
Oh, yeah. She wanted to check on us because we threw a fireball and then it got turned into an ice ball and came back at us because your hut is haunted. Or the hut up there is haunted.
Rowan just looks down at you and she's like, goblins.
Oh, you like fire too.
No fires while we travel, unless I say so.
Little fire?
No fires while we travel, unless I say so.
Oh.
Absu didn't mention anything to any of us.
Not to me.
Oh, no. She said nothing before bed.
Did you check where she was sleeping?
Yeah. And Truly will like grab Galahop's clothes and pull him so he's like just around the corner of that. That roof over there. That's where we slept. Or where she slept. I was down on the ground over there.
Did you see if she was still sleeping and like wake her up or something? Maybe I didn't see her drink, but I don't know.
Do you want me to climb up it? I can see if there's anything up there.
Sure. Maybe she left the note up there and forgot we can't fly. She does forget we can't fly sometimes.
Yeah, I told her about that. She's gonna get better.
Clara, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check with a boon. It's a pretty easy climb.
Oh gosh. Wow. 1917 over 15.
You want to push that?
Starting this morning off real well. I am. I'll say that I'll go exhausted. Like I'm starting the day off not great, and now I'm like my head's not quite right, and I'm climbing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, finally, 10 under 15.
Okay, so you're able to make your way up to the roof, and you can see where Absu's hammock was laid out. It's still here, but it looks like it's been torn down. Give me an awareness check.
Oh no! And so Clara thinks she's yelling because she's hungover, so she's like raising her voice, but not enough to give her a headache. So her hammock is here, but it's ripped.
And that's with a boon. The awareness check with a boon.
Oh, okay. 2 under 15.
You see a stream of blood. Not a lot, but like a clear trail of blood. Blood drops and then a blood smear.
Oh no, there's blood drops and a blood smear. And so she's like pointing like where the smear is and where the drops are. Blood. Can you hear me?
A little louder, please.
Oh, blood drops, blood smear.
Stop yelling. She says it's blood.
Can Galahop leap up there?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Okay.
it sounds fun.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leap up there and be like, "What kind of blood is it? Her blood? Do we know? Does Apsu bleed like red
Yeah,
blood?
she
Or is
bleeds
her
blood.
different?
Yeah, she
Okay.
bleeds red blood.
So he's gonna leap up and he wants to see, like, is there anything? Are there like signs of a struggle? Are there signs of like anything
Well, I
like
mean,
that?
her-
Like
Her hammock has definitely been
It's ripped.
torn down on
Okay.
one side, so it looks like something maybe came at her while she was in her hammock. Then there's a stream of blood. Beyond that, there's no other obvious struggle.
does the stream of blood go in a direction? Or is it just
it looks
kinda
like
there?
it started in the hammock, and then it pulls away, almost as if whatever was bleeding pulled away, and then was stopped again. And that's where like the puddle of blood is.
Can you dab the blood in cloth and throw it down? I can have Red Mud smell it, and he knows Absu now because they became good friends yesterday.
And so Clara will pull out one of the bandages and just kind of like smush the bandage around in the blood. Good idea, truly. Here, dropping.
I got it. Red blood, red mud. Is this smell? Friend? No friend. Yes, friend?
Give me a beast lore check.
Oh no.
Oh dear. You gotta try to get that beast lore better.
Yeah. Well, now I do, yeah. I will say that I am disheartened at this point in time.
Okay.
Hey, there we go. 3.
And it takes a big sniff and kind of cocks its head, and its tongue lolls out a little bit. So you interpret that to mean that it does smell Absu on this cloth.
Oh, okay. Yes, Absu.
So now that we have a wolf, can we track Red Mud to Absu?
Oh, Red Mud, find.
And she'll like hold the blood out again.
Give me another beast lore check.
Oh goodness.
No.
Want to push that?
It feels like a flying thing. I'm not sure how far we could get. Okay, I will push it once. I will say I'm exhausted. Same roll.
Same roll.
So he just sits there and he's cocking his head. He's looking at you like he has no idea what you're asking him to do.
No, we don't know that command.
That's fair. That's fair. You just met yesterday. Galahop, anything else up here? I guess we should take her hammock.
Yeah,
We'll
we
find
should
her.
take a hammock, but like something grabbed it, right? Is this open air? I can't.
Yeah,
I was
open air.
just-
Yeah,
okay.
you guys are right on basically a flattened roof area.
I know she's got wings, but like we fought things that had wings in this town. You don't think like one of them got her in the night, do you?
I think she was bleeding. It could have been she made something bleed, but she would have come back.
Gotta talk to I gotta see if anyone saw anything. Gotta see who was like on watch or something. See if they saw anything or heard anything.
You hear Rowan
This-
yell up at you.
Good.
We gotta take off. If you're gonna stay, that's fine. You can try to catch up with us. We're just taking the western road out to Bullfield's Lode. I'll leave a goblin scout back and he can show the way.
And you'll like wave the thing. He's like, "We'll see you soon." And then he'll like turn to Claire, and he's like worried. Like Galop's really worried because he's like, we had like he and Absu had that talk last night. She was freaking out a little bit, and now this. So like he's probably feeling really worried. We got to go talk to get the like whoever was on watch. We got to talk to some people.
Yeah. You go north, I'll go south.
Okay. So like
So you
go to
guys
each of the
come
gates
down
or
off the
something.
roof. The sun breaks over the walls of Outskirt as the hunt for Absu will begin in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.
Nice.
Wasn't sure it was going to end the way it did.
Awesome.
But I hope everybody had a good time. We'll do a little bit
That
of
was great.
experience here.
What are you gonna play next,
What'd
Ashley?
you go and do?
I think I should raise my beast lore and riding.
Yes.
Might be a good idea.
So
Definitely
many
seems-
beast lore attempts.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Did you participate in the game session? Yes.
Yes.
Did you explore a new location? No. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? No. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? I'll say yes for everybody for that, because you did some negotiations. You managed to get yourself hooked up with a caravan, even though you weren't going to actually be able to go through it. So, and did you give into your weakness? I think everybody
Unfortunately.
To
Everybody
Absu's detriment.
and Absu, I'm giving you one bonus experience point because your life got a lot rougher.
That means she's alive, though. Spoilers. Oh,
Spoilers.
Baby.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm not going to take
Oh,
one
dear.
for my weakness. I don't think I really did anything too reckless. I think I was actually being mature. God
You-
dang it. Look what you
Yeah,
did
you
to me,
did.
Stormhand.
You could roll for a new one, I think. since
Yeah.
You went against your
You went
weakness.
I'm
against
just going
your
to punch
weakness.
Stormhand. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Cool.
So that's it. That's it for me.
Right
See
on.
what happens in 2 weeks.
Let's do a couple closing plugs. I know you've got another game over on Garblag, but do you want to tell us about that as I get other things ready?
Absolutely. So next week on Tuesday, you should be able to check out Richard is in the seat, continuing some Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition, Lower Decks campaign. I believe they are on a California class starship. So join in the shenanigans there. And then the following week, we will be back with Ben and some Metro Otherscape.
Very cool. Okay. As for us, first thing I'll talk about is old Huckleberry. HuckleberryRPG.com. Our good friend Steven has been making this game and working on it for a while now. It's coming to crowdfunding later this year, just a couple months from now. And you should check it out. HuckleberryRPG.com. Hop on our Discord. There's several little sections for it. You can ask all sorts of questions, learn about it, brainstorm cool little campaign ideas and such. It's a lot of fun, and he's been working really hard. As for our streaming schedule, tomorrow is our next one. You can see a bunch of folks here playing through some Call of Cthulhu, as not wolves, but hyenas have been an issue. So that'll be tomorrow. Then on Monday, we're starting up a new game. We got some Time Watch action going on. We've been loving Gumshoe so much, we're going to play another one. And we're going to be playing through some sci-fi time travel shenanigans. So we're going to be doing our session 0, making some characters, building some connections, that like kind of good stuff. And then while we're starting that campaign, we're finishing up a next one on Tuesday, where Kipster's been running us through some Perils and Princesses, and we got the finale coming. And we're gonna beat up a witch, I think. I don't know, maybe, or a
She might
dragon,
beat you
or
up.
we're gonna die. I don't know, probably the lava.
It will end.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then Thursday, we've got Swords of the Serpentine as well, where, family sucks is really kind of the lesson of that campaign. It just really
That's a
sucks.
fact.
It really does. But that's it for us. Let's go ahead and rate somebody. Let's see who we got. Let's do High Shelf Collective. They've been going a while, but they rate us. So let's rate them. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. We'll see y'all later. Come back tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.